on the ODM nominations, and our associate editor Noah Otieno has been keeping an eye on the nomination process in Kisumu County. Noah, the process began rather early in the morning. How has it been so far?
Good afternoon, Michelle. It is a very hot afternoon here in Kisumu County, but voting is underway. Surprisingly, the process started here earlier than has been seen in other counties of the Luo Nyanza region. Things started where I am right now. They were voting from about 8:45. The presiding officer having collected the material at around 8 from the Kisumu Central Police Station. I am standing here with one of the aspirants, Dr. Hezron Mc'Ombewa, who says that he is not very happy with the process so far. Let's hear from him. Dr. Mc'Ombewa, why are you so concerned about the process so far?
Thank you very much, Noah. Firstly, I want to say that I want to thank everybody who has turned out to vote. Everybody turned up as early as 6 o'clock. And you can see around here there are a lot of young people, a lot of women, a lot of adults who have come to actually express their constitutional right. One of the big challenges we are facing across the county is the number of voting materials which are available, the ballot papers. There are certain stations where you've got 5,000-6,000 registered voters and you're finding 300 or 400 ballot papers. There are certain wards who have not started voting as we speak now on air, whether it's in Muhoroni or in Awazi or some parts of Nyando. I've been told that parts of Nyakachi in Abwao. I've been told that even here in Otonglo in a place called Robatouko. So all those actually shows some level of unpreparedness from the side of our party. I have been looking as a stakeholder for the National Election Board since morning because we were told we were going to have a stakeholders meeting. We haven't had that meeting now. We were told we were going to know within 2 hours after 9 o'clock the tallying center for the county. We still haven't had that news. And instead, these guys are not picking up phone calls. We can't find them, but we are going to hunt them down in town, because the will of the people of Kisumu must be heard and will be heard.
You are a politician. I'm
Yes.
sure you have heard, or at least you've speculated on why certain regions of this county are not yet voting. Can you share with us what you think is happening?
I think the first thing we are trying to investigate is that why areas with big voter registration centers are having very few ballot papers. We are working with returning officers. We've been calling them. We've been asking them to actually avail more papers. They're saying that they don't have any extras. We are now trying to find the likes of Bob Arunga and Tom Okongo, the chief returning officer, to tell us where more ballot papers are so that everybody can actually vote. I'll give you an example of Kosao. All the ballot boxes for Kosao ended up being in Chemelil the whole morning. It took us 3-4 hours to get those ballot boxes. Here, I think they only started voting 30 or 40 minutes ago. I mean, all these things, this election was delayed yesterday because of logistical reasons. We would have thought that all the logistical reasons would have been resolved by now. So what we want to urge people to do is to stay on the queue, don't get tired, your voice must be heard, everybody is going to vote.
What time do you see the exercise ending in Kisumu County?
It's very difficult to tell because we've got some rural areas who have not even started voting as we speak now. So hopefully the Kisumu central areas will finish perhaps 5 or 6 o'clock, I don't know. But places which are outside town are really struggling to even get going. So such places, we hope that we are making provisions as Team Mc'Ombewa for people to have spotlights and torches and everything, so that if anybody tries to bring any monkey business, they will find us there ready and waiting for them.
The trigger for the problems we've seen in Homa Bay County and Migori County is the delay of the tallying process. So if you're saying this voting process in Kisumu County, in the areas you've mentioned, is that slow, have you as aspirants agreed, for example, with the the returning officer on the latest time that results should be in from all the polling centers?
I think the biggest challenge we are facing at the moment is accessing the county elections board to know where they are, when they are calling for the stakeholder meeting, and where the tallying center is. As soon as we get that information and we meet them, I am sure we'll actually all come onto the table and agree on the way forward. But I think what is fundamentally important is that all these people who have stood here in the sun, the scorching sun from morning, they deserve to actually know the correct result that they've actually voted for. We are going to ensure that everybody remains peaceful, remains vigilant, so that if anybody tries to do anything stupid, we actually stop them, and the security agencies are alert. But most importantly, when all is done, all the votes must be counted peacefully, and the winner must be announced on time for everybody to go home knowing that they did a good job.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mc'Ombewa, for your time. That is one of the aspirants for governorship in Kisumu County, Dr. Hezron Mc'Ombewa, who is complaining that there are some parts of Kisumu County where voting was terribly delayed, starting as late as after 1 o'clock this afternoon. Interestingly, there are some aspirants I've spoken to right here at this polling station at the Jomo Kenyatta Sports Ground in the center of Kisumu County who claim to be very happy with the process so far. So I do not understand why some are that happy and some are that disappointed. But Dr. Mc'Ombewa has spoken about the security presence in Kisumu County that I will affirm that I've seen a very heavy presence, even right here at this polling station. Some of the voters had indicated in the morning that they won't be happy if the voting at this particular polling center goes late into the night, as was seen in some of the counties that voted yesterday in the Luo Nyanza region. But we shall see. The county commander assuring all the residents of Kisumu County that this process they will ensure goes smoothly all the way to the end of the tallying process. We shall see about that. But now I want to introduce to you another candidate who has also been complaining about that particular ward called Kondele Ward, a primary school called Kosao Primary School, where voting started after 1 o'clock. This is Sospita Obungu Owich, who is aspiring to be an MCA in Kondele Ward. Sospita, you say you are not very happy with what is happening at Kosao. What exactly is going on there?
Okay, in Kosao Primary School, as a polling station in Kondele Ward, the ballot papers have just been brought right now, and our people started queuing there since morning. Most of our people went home because they never knew that the ballot papers were going to be brought there. From the information we got, that in the morning, the ballot boxes were found in Chemelil. So my worry was how comes the ballot papers were in Chemelil and they were supposed to be brought in Kondele Ward in time.
Now that the ballot papers have come, are you happy with the process since it took off?
Okay, now that the ballot papers have been brought in Kondele in Kosao Primary, my worry now is one that I don't know whether the voting process is going to end in time and is going to incorporate everybody. I think the time itself is not going to capture every voter who votes in Kosao as a polling station.
Now, as a candidate in Kondele Ward, have you, for example, shared these concerns with the returning officer, and what is he saying, or what is she saying about these concerns that you've raised?
Okay, since morning, our people started voting in Manyata Primary School, Ubinju Primary School, Magadi Primary School, and Kondele Tent. We started raising some concerns why the people that are voting in Kosao Primary School have not found their time to vote. So we've questioned the returning officers, we've questioned the relevant, that is the chairman of Kondele Ward. We've also talked to him. As the aspirants under the incumbent, we got to address the press in the morning to raise the concerns about the general nomination that is taking place in Kondele Ward.
Thank you very much, Sospita Obungu. We wish you well in your aspirations for Kondele Ward. That is Sospita Obungu, which a candidate, an MCA candidate in Kondele Ward, complaining also that voting in his area started very, very late, and also blaming some of the aspirants for trying to influence the voters to vote for his opponents. Now, earlier this afternoon, I spoke to some of the candidates in this particular constituency. Remember, I'm in the center of Kisumu County. Candidates for Kisumu Central constituency have been coming here to vote and also